Hi guys, it's me, Susan. It's day 67 of the Cancer Club. Happy to see you all. I'm running a little late tonight because I had a board meeting from my neighborhood, my homeowners association, and it was good to see them. I had missed a few meetings because of my not feeling well enough to attend, so they were all very happy to see me. I was happy to see them, but it ended up eating up my extra time for the evening. Fortunately, I did get to take Jolie for a walk because of my new quit at 5 policy. I can't tell you how, even though it's costing me, I know it's going to cost me, but I'm cutting back some of my expenses. I'm accepting the fact that my life is now, not my life, but my professional life is sort of winding down, that I'm more interested in seeing fewer hours and just trying to figure out a way to support that decision rather than trying to grow my practice. And that feels kind of strange, feels almost irresponsible, but I am, when I'm out there walking in the daylight instead of the dark, which is what I usually do in the wintertime, both morning and evening walks are in the dark with a flashlight. Walking out there tonight about 5:30 was like a treat. It just felt wonderful. So the changes are a little scary, but I'm happy about that. I don't have a lot to say tonight, so what I thought I would like to do is turn it back on you a little bit. I'd like you to certainly think about, but maybe even share via comments. I know leaving comments is very difficult. Google apparently is trying to make you practically give up your entire identity in order to leave a comment on a stupid YouTube video. So I understand if you can't do that. You can email me if you want to, or you can just think about it yourself. How have you been doing? Have you initiated any changes? Have you been thinking about any changes, any habit changes, any behaviors, any aspects of your life that you wanted to work on? Have you started initiating anything? Are you doing anything different? And this is assuming that you might have wanted to, or you know, in our talking about motivation, whether it's motivation for weight management or trying something new, a new hobby, meeting new people, getting out of your comfort zone. Are you still in the stage where you're thinking about it and not actually doing it? Have you started doing it? Is your motivation weakening? How do you motivate yourself? It's, as I've said before, motivation for anything is a mind game. And we certainly play a lot of mind games to demotivate ourselves. We can talk ourselves out of tons of things. That's why my kick the ball idea was so exciting to me. It cuts through all that crap that we think about as we try to set up the perfect scenario to do whatever it is we actually are afraid to do. So we end up not doing it. So I'd just like you to do a little soul searching with yourself tonight, and you know, you don't have to look for something you don't like. Maybe just for a vision of what you want. You know, think about yourself and see yourself as the self or the life you want, and then see what parts of that vision are missing from your life now. If it's something huge like you want to make a ton more money, but you can't get a job or something. I mean, even that, don't be discouraged. Or if you want to lose, as we talked about, if you want to lose 100 pounds, okay, you have to start with 1 pound and 2 pounds. And maybe the issue of changing a job is a little more complicated, but we have a tendency to think of all the obstacles and then do nothing. You know, make one phone call. Talk to somebody who works in the field that you're interested in getting into. Literally go and walk around a new environment and just be open to things that you see and different thoughts that you have. Just let your mind, I don't know, let it be creative. Like I told you the other day when I was quoting out of Oprah's magazine, her January issue, the line between being a creative genius, creatively exploding with wonderful ideas, and the line between that and being the biggest idiot on the planet is very fuzzy. you could easily step over. That's what I feel like half the time. And so, okay, so what? I don't know where this is going to lead. But I've got to do it, and I've got to stick to my commitment. And I wonder if you're ready to make any kind of commitments yourself to something that you want to do that feels important, whether it's a particular kind of volunteering that you always think about doing, but then you think you don't have time. I mean, the biggest excuse that people make is they don't have time. And I mean, they have time, they're just using it in other ways, you know. There are lots of people that come home and spend 3 hours watching TV. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm sure there are very exciting things in it, like, you know, you can learn stuff and everything, but to me, TV is passive. You sit there and even if you choose what you're going to watch, it sort of tells you what it wants you to know. And I don't know, I'm not being judgmental about it. I just think you could cut down a little bit of the passive activities and maybe do a few more of the active ones that get you out in the world and maybe into a new environment, whether it's the gym, you know. Don't talk yourself out of going to the gym because you're doing some kind of number in your head that makes it feel like a burden. I don't know, there's always ways to play with your thinking to make it come out a little bit more encouraging and positive. So, I don't know, I'd like to hear back from you, and I'd like you to give it some thought, even if you don't give me any feedback, about how you're doing with living the life that you really want. And if you aren't living the life you really want, how you're going about changing that. Because it's totally doable. The saddest thing is someone saying, well, you know, I actually tonight at the board meeting, one of the women who I adore was saying, I'm sorry, I'm so rushed, I've got so many things, I can't even keep up with everything she had stacks of papers, and she said, I just don't even have time to think. And I said this, and it might, you know, to anyone else it might have been obnoxious, but hopefully she didn't think it was too bad. I said, so on your tombstone it's going to say, she got a lot of shit done, right? And she laughed. And I said, you need to go back to the hookah bar with your 14-year-old granddaughter and hang out for a few hours like you were doing last year when you weren't doing all this running around and stuff. She said, well, I would love to. I'm like, well, okay, you'd love to, but. So anyway, what do you want it to say on your tombstone? You want it to say, she was very, very busy. Okay? I don't know, scare yourself somehow. Think, you know, what if I get hit by a bus tomorrow? What would I want to do before that happened? I don't know, there's lots of ways of going about it. But anyway, so think about it. Let me know. Let me know if there's a specific thing that you'd really like me to address, if there's an obstacle that you see that you can't get past. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do in my job. It's fun, and now that's what I'm trying to do more in my life. So I feel really, you know, able to maybe give you some ideas about that and help you with that if that's something you're interested in doing. Okay, so that's it. I had nothing to say except for a little rant to go off on you. And in the meantime, I hope you will live well, laugh often, and love much. And I will see you tomorrow on the Cancer Club. Okay, bye now.